Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kathleen, and it's my hope that you're doing well. For the new viewers, I highly welcome you to the platform. I welcome you to the channel. Kindly hit the subscription button and click on the notification bell so that the next time I'm going live or I'm uploading a video, you will be able to get an alert. For our older members, thank you so much for your support. Kindly check whether you have subscribed. Actually, I realized I have a lot of viewers, but very few have subscribed. I actually really beg you, please look at the subscription button and see what actually you have subscribed. If you have not subscribed, I beg you, please, to subscribe and kindly continue supporting me. Now, for the new members, in Catherine's channel, we discuss issues to do with security, violence, terrorism, gender, and any other pressing issue that is facing the global south. Now, in today's gang series, actually we are not discussing a gang, but we are looking at a facet of gangs. And today's presentation came as a question that somebody asked me today in the morning. I didn't know that there was such a directive already, or there was something related to what we are going to discuss today. So somebody asked me a question and I felt like, let me bring my fuse here and let's share the conversation. Now, the question that I'm responding to is on the question whether parents should be punished for their children's crimes. And this question came as a result of some news trending on Tuko that the Mombasa County Commissioner has directed that the police will start arresting parents whose children actually commit crimes. Now, that said and done, the question is, should children be punished should parents be punished for crimes that their children have committed, or they should not be punished? To me, that's a very broad question, in as much as it looks an easy one in terms of giving response. And first, we need to understand the context against which, for example, such a directive is coming. What is the backdrop against that directive? I meant to understand that the context or the call for such action actually is basically the call for collective responsibility when it comes to matters of ending crime and illegal activities in our country. That each and every one of us should take responsibility. And when we talk about each and every one of us, then it means like the parents, the children, and the government. Like everybody has a duty to perform. And in one way or another, you would realize that either one or two parties in this trichotomy has failed in their duties. So for me, the call by the Mombasa County Commissioner should not be just be taken as at face value. We should be able first to understand the context against which this declaration is coming, and at the same time look at the individuals who are responsible for ensuring that we do not have criminality in the country, and you realize that each and every person in the society or in the country has a responsibility. And in one way or another, one or two of these actors has failed. And then the question that again comes into mind is, who are children? Because, for example, me, I'm somebody's child, but according to the law of Kenya, I'm not a child. So who are the children are we talking about? So in Kenya, if you are under the age of 18, somebody under the age of 18 is a child. And if you look clearly at some of the policies and provisions in Kenya, you realize that children are regarded as some of the most vulnerable individuals when it comes to war, when it comes to violence, and so forth. So you realize that we have somebody who is regarded as having the inability or lacking the capacity to make rational and sound decisions on their own. So this means these are people who need guidance and they need protection at the same time. But again, when you look at gangs in the country and the age bracket of gang members, you realize that as low as the age of 10 years, we have gang members. Somebody at the age of 10 years, we have gang members. And majority of these kids are doing mugging, they are snatching bags, they are being used to enter people's houses because of their small sizes. They are used to parade to catch or to attract the attention of the targeted individuals to be attacked and so forth. So we cannot run away from the reality that children are engaging in illegal or crime activities in the country. But at the same time, on the other side, we have a law that is protecting children, or we have a profession that regards children as vulnerable. So when you look at that case, I think then the county commissioner is coming from that particular angle, because if this person cannot make rational decisions, is vulnerable, who is supposed to take care of this person? Definitely the parent, the government sectors that are dealing with children, we have the teachers, and among others. But you realize that in many cases, when you look at Kenya as a country today, how many parents are actually parenting? Because we have taken up the culture of leaving our children for, like, the teacher has become the entire thing in the life of a child. And parents are spending less time with their children. The use of technology has also come in with absent parents who have replaced technology, like whose position has been replaced with technology. And with this technology comes with gadgets that these children are using to enter into online platforms. And parents are not even essentially all tracking what their children are doing online. So you realize that with that replacement of technology parents, I call it techno-parenting, and uh, and doing away with physical parenting actually exposes children to the world of violence and crime in terms of cyberbullying. Children are able to access some platforms that actually introduces them to the world of normalization of violence, normalization of crime, and they even fall prey of terrorists and radicalizers who are taking advantage of these children online. But that's not only the case. We also have cases whereby parents know that, for example, his 13 or his 14-year-old boy ran away from home. He doesn't live at home. He's not providing for this kid, but this child is surviving somewhere. And these parents don't go reporting, and like they just shield the entire information. Like, we have parents who know that their children are actually involved in crime and other illegal activities, but they have not made it up to themselves to approach even the law or the government and report and see how these children can be helped and maybe be put in rehabilitation centers to all improve the centers to make them better and instill discipline that will see them as responsible members of the society tomorrow. We also have parents who don't care at all. These are parents who don't know where their children are. They don't know whether what their children even, like, what they are doing. So They do not know whether their children are into criminality, but at the same time, they don't care to know where their children are. So when you look at that particular angle, you realize that in one way or another, parenting strategies, as they are evolving, they are running away from actually guiding somebody who's called a child in today's society. And what we see are children who are making decisions on their own. They are coming up with their own society, they are coming up with their own goals, and they are coming up with means of attaining these goals. We also have parents who encourage their children to go and steal, or to go and engage in criminality or even prostitution to bring food to the house or to bring money to the family because of hard times. And many times the society says that, oh, the economic situations are bad. It's not the wish of a parent to see his child or his daughter do this or his son do this. But the reality of the matter is, as a parent, if the economy is bad, there's a way that you can actually shield your child from engaging into an illegal activity to feed the family than exposing this child into criminality and ruin their life totally. Now, with all these categories of parenting, here comes now the larger question. At what point should we say that parents should be arrested for the criminal activities perpetuated by their own children? Number one, first, I could say that it is not right that a government will arrest a mother or a father for the crime committed by a daughter or a son, because by the end of the day, it is not the mother or the father or the parent who is supposed to be improved. You will arrest the mother or you will arrest the father and leave the young boy, for example. So what have you solved? You could have solved nothing, because you will take away the parent and then leave even these children more vulnerable and even increase their revenge spirit and entry into more criminality and gangsterism to meet their daily needs, to demonstrate to you that you've done nothing much, and so forth. Secondly, it is the question on why do people have to face the law when they have committed a crime? First, it is to ensure justice for the people offended. And secondly, it is to instill behavioral change towards positivity. Like, you instill discipline to this person and let them know what they did is wrong and they should not do it again. So if I do a mistake and you go arrest my father or you arrest my mother, actually, you could have not instilled that discipline unto me, but you could have instilled, or you could have wrongly actually charged somebody and convicted them for nothing. But there are also cases where a parent can be arrested, but I believe that this arrest has to be alongside with the child who has committed a crime. For those parents who know that their children are committing crimes and they have not come out to say, I believe those parents should be arrested. And they should be arrested not because of the crime activities that their children are doing, but because of providing a sustainable and favorable environment for their children to engage in criminality. In fact, this parent should be arrested for ruining the lives of the young children that they have. Because as parents, they are supposed to be guiding their children in the right way. But if you are a parent and you are the one supporting your son or daughter into criminality, into prostitution, or even covering up when these children engage into criminality and the government is looking for them, and then you should be arrested, not because of the criminal activity that your son or daughter conducted, but because you are actually ruining the future of the young generation in this country. So we should be very, I think, specific in terms of why a parent should be arrested in cases where their children have committed an offense, or in cases where their children are members of gangs. You don't arrest a parent because of the crime that the child has committed, but you arrest them for providing an enabling environment and favorable environment for these children to commit crimes and illegal activities. So in this way, you could have taught a parent his lesson and instilled the virtues of right parenting in this parent, and at the same time, this child could have also been instilled with discipline on what they are expected as children to do in the society. Like they could be put in a process of transformation and discipline installation to make sure that they don't repeat the crime tomorrow. So for me, we should not just rush to saying that parents should be arrested or parents should not be arrested. But the issue is, under which context can a parent be arrested, and whose interest or to whose benefit should that parent be arrested, and for what crime will that parent be arrested. But around all this declaration and all even proposal, it's not about the desire to punish parents. No, it's all about the call for responsibility and collective efforts towards ensuring that we lead our children in the right way, that they don't enter into gangs. You see, when children are given awareness and even let to know that gangs are wrong, stealing is bad, snatching other people's bags is not right, hurting others, pulling others, cyberbullying is bad. As they grow up, then you will be able to come up with a generation of responsible individuals who don't normalize violence and criminality, but individuals who respect the law and who understand that there are societal goals and there are all the right means and ways to attaining those goals. So for me, it's a call to every parent outside there that do not leave your responsibility of parenting to your nanny or to your maid. Do not leave the responsibility of your parenting and guiding your child to a mobile phone, an iPad, a tablet, a laptop, and cartoons and so forth. Do not leave the responsibility of parenting to teachers and the government alone. Don't say that keeping the law is the work of the police. You have to start instilling respect for the law and fight against gangs and criminal groups in the country right from your own house. As a mother, as a father, make sure that once in a while sit down with your daughter and son and have a conversation. Have an honest conversation of the do's and the don'ts in this society, especially when it comes to matters of security. Because if your son or daughter is arrested at the age of 10 or even 16 and is taken to committee maximum or to committee limandi or to committee medium whatever prison, already that is a life that is ruined, because by the time that boy or that girl comes out, the society would have labeled him or her he could have lost time that could have been meant to be in school. So it's good to be there for our children, and it's good to face the reality that children, yes, are being used in gangs, and therefore we all have a collective responsibility to stop it. Some of these provisions that regard children as vulnerable, as people who cannot make rational decisions, are the same provisions that are being exploited by gang godfathers and godmothers to recruit the young children into these groups so that they can be used to propel their activities and their agendas. The day you will find that your child has been used to open a door somewhere, you will be surprised. The day you will find that the same mobile that you are giving to your child has been used to hack somebody or to hack a company's data catalog somewhere, and you are in, or something has been stolen from that company using your phone, you will be surprised. So before you face this surprise, why can't we educate our children on the do's and the don'ts as far as security and generally the society is concerned? So whether or not parents should be arrested is subject to the context, the crime committed, the role of the parent in that crime, and what crime are we charging this parent with? Is it the crime that the child committed, or is it the crime that this parent committed in the process of shielding the son or the daughter from facing the law as it is required? So that is my opinion as far as that move is concerned. And I want to shout out to Malta Wele, is the one who listed that question. Thank you so much, Malta. And keep bringing your questions, keep bringing your suggestions. And in our next episode of Gang Series, as I told you, we will be dealing with Sungu. So stay tuned. I'm meant to understand that by the time we finish the Gang series, you are going to understand even the age composition among gangs, the gender, and so forth. And some of these questions that the viewers are raising, they will actually be answered along the way. So just keep tuned, keep watch, keep checking on the channel, and more importantly, please share with your friends, subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you so much.